Hello friends, do you want to create a file, or if you want to check whether a file exists or not, then today is a session where we are going to discuss how to check whether file already exists or not, how to create a new file without losing existing data. Now let us jump into actual part of programming where we are going to see how to create a file, how to check file exists or not, and all those things are possible with the help of just file opening modes. So let us start our actual part, but before starting with, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, put the like icon and also click on notification bell so that you will get my latest updated videos and you can learn more concepts in programming. So now let us look into the file handling programs. Already in previous session I have shown you how to create a file by using fopen function. In today's session, I am going to show you a practical demonstration, a tutorial, where we are going to first check whether a particular file exists or not. If it is exist, then open in append mode so that we will not lose any data. And if it does not exist, then create it and then write the file inside it. Now, already we have seen different theoretical points. What is a file? Why we need file handling? What are different file operations? If you have not seen my previous session, just go back, see the part 1 of file handling and then come back to this session. In this session, we are directly starting with a practical part, programming part, where we are going to write a program. First, we will write a program to check whether file exists or not, and then we will also write a program to create or to update a file. So let us jump into programming part and do the coding part. Now again, I am going to use a Turbo C for this. You can use any available editor, but as most of the colleges or institutes are using Turbo C editor, I am also using Turbo C editor so that it will be easy for new learners. So let us begin with before starting the actual coding, let us see the files and the folders that I have created. Now right now I am using a Turbo C, which is a DOSBox based Turbo C. So it is going to use a virtual disk, and inside this we are having a bin folder. So instead of using different folders, I am creating a new folder. You can see here file test. Now it is a folder in which we are going to create the files. Now if you see this folder, it is empty. The folder is empty. Now let us minimize it, and here you can see the DOS-based Turbo editor. Now let us start to type a program. Let us include the files first. Now let us begin with the programming. So it's a void main. First declare a file structure, and it's a pointer. So file, it is a structure which is available in stdio.h, and here I am creating it's a pointer variable. So it is star fp. Now fp stands for file pointer. Now this is a file pointer which can store address of a file. Now let us clear the screen and use this file pointer fp, and then now see here I am using fopen function. Now fopen function requires two arguments. First argument is a file name and second argument is a file opening mode. Now we have discussed the different file opening modes. So first I have created a folder file test, a folder name, and inside a folder name let us check for file1.txt whether it is exist or not. Now there are different file opening modes we have already learned. Now here I am going to use R. Now R stands for reading a file. Now it will open a file if it exists, and then we can read the file. But if file does not exist, then it cannot open a file. If it opens a file, then fopen will return address of the file, and that will be stored in fp. But if it is failed, it will return a null. So if file exists, fp will contain address of file, and if file does not exist, then fp will contain null. Now this is the trick. Now you have to just check if fp is not equal to null, null in capital, that means fp has something inside it, so file is already open. So here you can give the message printf file exist, and if it is not having any value, that means again you can give the message file does not exist. Now this is else, and just give get ch to halt the program, and then end of program. Okay, now here file1 will be checked whether it is existing or not. Now let us put the command. Now this is a program to check file exist or not. Okay, now let us compile the program. Zero errors, zero warnings. Now let us run the program. You will get the direct answer, file does not exist. So already we have seen, so the file is not there in a folder, that folder was empty. Now if file does not exist, then we have to create it, suppose. Then we have to modify the program. Let us modify the program. Now here in this program we are using file1.txt as a fixed name. So instead of that, suppose we are going to accept file name from user, then now we have to declare one more variable. Let us say it's a string, so char str file name fn, let us say, and the file name contains, let's say, 40 maximum characters. Okay, now here you can ask printf enter a file name, and then here, or you can say get s. Okay. Now getS is a function to accept a string and put it in the string. Now strfn is a string variable. So accept a string from user and then put it in strfn variable. So it is working just like %s with scanf with %s. So here we don't need to use %s and all. Directly we can use getS function. GetS stands for get a string from user. Now let us move ahead. Now here we are accepting a file name and we are checking whether file exists or not. Now if file does not exist, then we have to ask whether you want to create a file. Here you can add something like /n, and you can also add file does not exist. Now this is one part, and again go to the next line and ask, do you want to create it? Okay, now here expected answer is y for yes and n for no. So capital Y / capital N. So this is what We are giving hint yes or no, and then we are going to accept a answer from user. Now again here %c, and here we have to write char. Let us say we are creating one more variable ans. Now same thing we are accepting here ans, and here you need to give ampersand. Now again we have to write the code. If ans is equal to capital Y, then again use file opening. So here you can say fp is equal to, now you can use same name strfn, sorry, fp is equal to f open, and now first argument strfn, and now instead of opening in R mode, now we are going to use W mode. Now W mode means writing a file. Now if file does not exist, then it will be created. Now again check, if fp is not equal to null, that means file created successfully. Printf file created successfully. Okay. Else, if it is not done, if it is not created, then we have to give the appropriate message. So else, now you can give the message printf unable to create a file. Okay. Now this is the program. For any other character, we are not doing anything. Only if user enters Y, then we will create a file. Otherwise, we will just ignore it. So let us run the program. Enter a file name. Now here I am just entering file 1. Now file does not exist. Do you want to create it? Yes or no? Now if user enters n, nothing will happen. Okay, only get ch, because of get ch we have to halt. Okay, if user enters y, then let's see again. Enter a file name. Again I am entering file 1. Now I will enter with extension file1.txt. File does not exist. Do you want to create it? Now I will enter yes. Now file created successfully. Just close. Now the program is over. Now let us go and check whether that file is created or not. So here is a file test. File test program folder is empty, because now here you can check for file 1 turbo C, and directly in bin whether file is created. Here you can see file 1 is created. Now file 1 is created in a bin folder. Now why it is created in bin folder? Because we have not given folder file test. So what I will do, I will just delete this file manually. Let's go back. Now in a program, I will run the program again, and now while giving file name, I will give the full file name. So file test is a folder, and then I will enter file 1.txt. Now let's see what happens. File does not exist. Do you want to create it? I will enter yes. File created successfully. Okay. Now let us check the folder. Now this is file test. Inside it, now you can see file1.txt is created, which is empty. File1.txt doesn't contain anything. Now we have written a program for checking whether file exists or not, and if it does not exist, then create it. Now let us write something in a file. So again go back to program. Now let us modify the program. File is already created, file created successfully, and now here we will ask inside it, let us write something in a file. Okay, fprintf. Now printf is a function. Similarly, there is one more function called as fprintf. Now fprintf will print something in a file. So it requires again two arguments. The first argument is a file pointer. Now fp is a file pointer, and then what you want to write. Okay, now you can write something, anything. This this is test of file. I'm just adding one line here, finish. Okay, and then while ending the program, we need the close f close function, f close fp. Now we have to close the file to save the data inside it. Okay, now let us run the program. Control F9, enter a file name. I will again enter full file name, file test. Okay, now I will add same file name, file one.txt. Now this should give file already exist. Yes, file exists, and then program will over. Now let us create one more file with different name. Now file test slash file 2.txt. Now I am using file 2 name. Okay, file does not exist. Do you want to create it? Now I will write yes, why, and then file created successfully. Now at background you can see another file is created. Okay, now let us go to the file, and now you can, if you open it, you can see the content of file. This is test of file. Now by using fprintf function, we can write something in a file. Now next time again you run the program, close the file, and again if you run the program, enter a file name, and I will give the same thing, file test slash file 2.txt. Now it will just say file exists, and it will quit from the program. Now if you want to open the existing file and write something without losing data, then what to do? Okay, now here we have to write another part of the program. Okay, now what is it? When we are saying the file already exists, here file already exists. Now I will just say file already exists. Now again we have to ask printf, go to the next line, do you want to append the file? Again scanf %c, and here is the answer. Now check if ns is equal to y, then again fp is equal to f open the same file name strfn, but while opening the file I will use another file opening mode, that is a stands for append. And now again check if fp is not equal to null, then directly append some data inside it. F print f, first file pointer fp comma, this is appended text. Okay, now this I will add inside it. Then I will close the file so that changes will be saved, and then here end. Else again we have to give the message. What is the message? We can say printf. If file is not able to append, just give the message unable to append the file. Now this is maybe because of file is write protected, or there is not sufficient space available. So in that case we cannot edit or append the file. So again run the program. Some errors. Okay, compound statement missing, that means one something we are missing here. Okay, okay, now here we have to add one more closing bracket. Enter a file name. Now I will enter file 1 again. So I will enter full path file test slash file 1.txt. Now here file already exists. Do you want to append a file? I will say yes. Okay. Now let us go and open file 1. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, now what is the problem? We have missed ampersand. Now I can run the program file test slash file 1.txt. Do you want to append a file? Yes, file appended. Now if you open file 1 and check, here you can see this is appended text. Okay, now let us do it file 2 also. Now file 2 already has, this is test of file. Now let us see what happens when we are running the program and giving file 2. So file test slash file 2.txt. Enter. File already exists. Do you want to append? Yes. And then again file appended. End the program. And now go back and check. Now here this is appended text. Now this is a simple technique to append and file. Now in this total tutorial we have seen how to accept a file name from command line and check whether file exists or not. We have also seen if file already exists, then how to give the message, and then how to create a new file if file does not exist. If file exists, then append the existing file, and if file does not exist, create a file, add some data. In this session we have also seen one more function, fprintf. Now this function is used to write something in a file, to write a string in a file. It requires two arguments. First argument is file pointer and second argument a string that you want to write in a file. So if you like this video, please like the video, share with your friends and put your comments below the video. Your comments will encourage me. You can suggest me some modifications in the way we are developing programs. You can also write another program code as a comment so that it will be useful for others. If you have any other new idea to write or to update or to check whether file exists or not, you can put it your code or line of code in a comment box. Thank you very much for watching this video. In next video we will see some more ideas about file handling program. Thank you very much for watching this video. Wish you happy learning.